feel painted in a corner. There is no safe space. The attacks are just out of nowhere, making a lot of assumptions, projecting things onto me. And I know this happens to everybody, probably. It's not just me. I just don't think I can cope with it. Things that have nothing to do with who I am at all. Just complete projections, and then these vitriolic condemnations, threats. I mean, really serious stuff. Really off the wall, like, why? You know? But it's really frightening because of, like, what just happened to Lacey Green, Skeptic, and now ZOMG, Chris, whatever. People are starting to rag on her just because she posted a video of a conference she was at with Skeptic. I mean, it's not just cis straight men. I had a bunch of women dogpile me today because I was asking about an event that's going to occur, that when you go to their About page, I can't find any information about who's funding this. And it feels like an AstroTurf event right before the elections. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's grassroots. It's way too slick. And they've got a big line of speakers lined up. And so I asked about the funding sources, and they assumed I was a man, assumed I was anti-feminist, assumed I was GOP, all kinds of stuff. And all I said was, who's funding this? I mean, I know you're asking for donations, but there's major money that went into that. Who's funding it? Instead, they all dogpiled me. People I really care about on Facebook who post. There's a new one now from a page called Go Left. They actually use the phrase mentally impaired and then rag on the Republicans. And I'm thinking, so I'm supposed to trust the left for reinforcing stereotypes and stigmas about me? How liberal and progressive of you. Today, I quit GenderQueer Atheists on Facebook. It wasn't a rage quit. It was, I know what the dynamic is and I'm not strong enough. There are too many other distractions everybody has. Being on Facebook is rather like screaming, trying to be heard over all the babble. It's like being in a big room full of people and trying to get somebody to hear you over all the mobile. You know what I mean? I see what's going on. There's trauma. Each person in there has his or her or their own trauma. Very few people have had the luxury to even address that. All they can do is suppress it and move on and not even look at it anymore, just to survive. None of them have had any skills in interpersonal relations, and what's modeled to them on the internet is violent and hateful and cruel. And there's a dynamic that happens among oppressed peoples, this horizontal hostility thing where instead of taking our anger and frustrations out on the sources of our oppression and our pain, we take it out on each other over nitpicky squabbles, passive-aggressive stuff, gunny sacking, holding in resentments, and then just unloading in a barrage that doesn't even make sense. That's what happened today in GenderQueer. I can't cope with all that. I can't mother all that. I can't be the psychological counselor to all that. I can't do all that. Not if I'm not getting what I need. You're trying to create utopia. Well, no, I'm trying to create safe space. There's not enough safe space. Now, maybe some of you have the privilege, not many of you, maybe some of you have the privilege of living in your own homes and being able to lock the door and keep people out, and maybe you have people who actually love you. Maybe you eat balanced meals. Maybe you can take a bath every day. I need a bath right now, and I've been so busy putting out fires today, I didn't do it. Now it's getting too dark to see in the bathroom. It's a hassle for me to take a bath without running water. It takes planning, and you don't just go in and turn on a knob and wait a couple of seconds for the water to get warm. It doesn't work like that. It's a lot of extra work. My diet is bad because I don't get enough fresh stuff to eat. I'm weak. I'm worried about my health. I'd like to move, but I need more money, and I don't know how. What do? Abandon the trailer? I still owe money on the trailer. Everything I own is in here. I'm too weak to unpack it. and put it in my truck and hope that the neighbor and everybody else doesn't steal it while I make 37 trips back and forth and waste gas. To go where? I have no place to go. There's no affordable housing in this state. This is the best place I've lived in 4 or 5 moves. This is the best I've had. And my ex that I'm buying the camper from, she says, well, it's like camping. Look, I'm having fun. So she doesn't have to think about how hard this is. And I can't talk to her about how hard it is because what she telegraphs to me is that I'm not grateful because I'm living in this box. Well, I'm glad I have a place that I can come back to every day. I really am. But it's so hard here. I go in the kitchen, I try to do stuff. There's so little room to turn around and, like, just this Coke. There's a little space right here on this little shelf right next to me for an ashtray and either a Coke or a coffee. But if I go to the kitchen and come back out and don't remember that coffee and Coke is right there, I'll knock it off onto the floor. Cooking is the same way. There's hardly any room to cook. Going to the toilet is literally physically painful. I bang my head, I bang my elbows. Taking a shower, it hurts. It physically hurts. It hurts to walk around in here. It's so narrow. It hurts to get in and out of bed. It's physically painful to live here. And then it's so cold in the winter, and the air conditioner's right up here, and the cowl on the outside is broken. Snow melts and it comes right here's my bed. My bed gets soaked. Rainstorm, my bed gets soaked. That's why this is here. Can you see this? This is here. So that when it rains, I can, when it's really, really cold, I put it up over the air conditioner. And when it rains, I put it over the air conditioner. There's a blanket and a Mylar blanket to catch the water and try to run it over so it'll run on the floor. It's physically painful to live here. It's exhausting. And then I go online, because I don't have any friends here, I don't have any family here. I go online, I try to do productive and useful and constructive work, and people are calling me dog shit and homophobic and sexist and racist and crazy, you know. I don't know how to cope with all that. So right this minute, while I'm making this video, I'm downloading my entire, I think it's called Advanced Archive, anyway, the most complete archive of my Facebook stuff. I already transferred all my photos from Facebook over to Photo Bucket. They're not photos of me. They're just mostly funny pictures. I'm seriously thinking about deleting my Facebook account. But I'm wondering what my day would look like without any human interaction. I mean, any human interaction. Oh, I talked to the lady at the dollar store. She's nice. I actually know her name now. I won't tell you. A couple of people at McDonald's. KFC was really sweet. That day that Chick-fil-A told everybody to go eat chicken for Jesus, a bunch of people went to KFC instead because PepsiCo has good employment policies regarding quilt-bag people. And I know corporations are evil. I know they are. But just for the hell of it, I went to KFC for one of their little $1 sandwiches. And I told them why I was there. Now, you know I'm deep closeted here. And they were sweet as pie. The young kids, you know. I mean, the old guard here, the born-agains and politicians, it's all the same thing. And the big money, it's all the same thing. They'd want me dead if they knew. They're really dangerous. Law enforcement here is really corrupt, stuff like that. So if I left Facebook because, okay, a kid posted a picture today, and it was a little squirmy and I didn't want it on my wall. Now I can go through and hide them all, but what I really want to do is block the source. So I went to the source. The page is called As Long as It's Offensive. And on the cover photo is Christopher Hitchens. But the page is full of blatant racism and real woman hatred and horrible anti-queer stuff. And if I could block that page, then people could share those ugly ass pictures all they wanted to, and I wouldn't have to look at them. And I know the source it's coming from, and I can't do anything about it. I can't make it stop. I can't, and I don't dare leave a comment. And some of these Facebook pages are sneaky. They're astroturf for like the GOP and other places. Somebody will post something and be funny as hell. One of my favorite ones was, I try to go to sleep, my ADD kicks in. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, cow, chicken, duck, old MacDonald had a farm, hey Macarena. Now that's funny. But instead of just sharing the picture, I went to the page and I started going through their other pictures because I was downloading the ones I liked so I could upload them on my own Facebook page. And then the racist stuff started about Obama. And then poor people are malingerers. And suddenly I realized this is all Republican propaganda masquerading as funny pictures. And it's not the only one, there's a bunch of them. And these are liberal progressive friends of mine who are spreading this like a virus. Because they don't know, because the picture they posted was cute and funny. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of it's propaganda. And it's flourishing. And people don't check the source, so they don't know where this shit's coming from, and they're spreading it. They're carriers. And no, maybe they won't get suckered in, but they'll give it to mom, the cute picture, they'll give it to mom, and mom will start going through the page, and mom will say, yeah, I don't like black people. Or, yeah, queers are perverted. And then there's the rape jokes becoming popular, and, you know, I'm not skeptic. Nobody knows who I am. I'm not going to have any protection. Nobody's going to care if some crazed woman hater finds out where I am. Nobody's going to care. If I blip out and stop being alive, nobody's even going to notice for a long time. My landlord won't notice till my rent's due, so it could be up to a month. I could just be laying in here dead. My ex is way out, what, 400 or 500 miles away. Doesn't come into town much. She's supposed to be here this weekend, but didn't send me an email or nothing. So I don't know where she is or how to make any plans, or, you know, I could just disappear and nobody would know. Because nobody cares. So if I leave social media, and I'm thinking about all of it, YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, all of it. If I leave social media, I have no one. But if I stay, dog piles. From people who don't even know me, and we should be allies. But they feel threatened because I asked a question. Because I didn't accuse anybody of anything, I just wanted to know the answer to a question. Because they've been so abused by people in the past because of this atmosphere of bullying that they just automatically assume, oh, you're a white man who hates women and you want to tear us down and you're a troll. And no, I just want to know who's paying for this party you're throwing before I endorse it and tell my friends about it. I just want to know if it's legit. Don't tell me women's solidarity. Phyllis Schlafly's a woman. Go look it up. I don't know how to spell it. Anita Bryant is a woman. Was, whatever. Sarah Palin is a woman. A dominionist feminist. Oh my God. They've even co-opted that. So no, I don't know what to do.